Make some noise for him.
Wow. There's Inca in the right position as the red Protoss, and he's not TLO, ha ha ha.
Ha ha, Day9, ha ha ha.
And then in the north position, we do have oGsTOP spawning as the blue Terran pieces, and with these positions already, I'm feeling concerned about Void Ray or Banshee Harass, both of which we've seen in this series.
Yeah, because of the spawning positions, the distance between air is just so short, especially if you put the production facility, you know, kind of in the clouds, in this little gas area, and then you can just fly over so easy and do a lot of damage. And a lot of players are using air. The first game we see Void Rays take the win. The second game we see Banshees take the win. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of the players does it again.
Yeah, the air units in StarCraft 2, well known for doing huge amounts of damage, far more so than the air units in Brood War. So both players making great use of that. And oh wow, a simulator after Pylon.
Wait, what?
That is so awesome. You know, this is a great way to get enough gas, for instance, to get a very quick mothership. But occasionally you'll do something funky like this if you're trying to do a very heavy sentry play. We saw Kiwi Kaki do something similar, where he used sentries to delay until he got Dark Templar, and you just need so much gas that you have to take your geyser this early on.
This is quite interesting. He has 3 in there now. He started off with 2 in gas. Now he has the full 3 and is starting gas so early. It's going to be interesting to see how he does do that. The mothership would be obviously interesting. It'd be pretty cool to see that out.
Interesting is a word that I use to describe the mothership. There's the refinery now finishing for Terran, sending those guys in immediately. There's the barracks almost completed. But again, with Inca's base getting, I would even call it out of order, not in a bad way, but just in sort of an unexpected manner. We really want to see how he's going to follow this out, because again, he could be taking the second geyser relatively quickly to stockpile even more gas.
And the timing of it, the gateway is out. Well, does he sees it with the SUV. Does he realize that it was early? The gas?
No, I really would not suspect much of anything out of the ordinary. Whoa, looks like Terran wanted to do a gas steal, but of course, Inca with the very early single gas, going to have both his gas geysers up very, very quickly.
Yeah, and we are going to see the factory being put down here on the edge of the Terran base. Top going for that, and I don't think this probe's going to get any information at all. Oh no, he's got to use the second Marine to kill that. Ooh, lets the probe live, actually. That should have died.
Oh, wow.
Does live, though.
That is a big blunder. Definitely want to be picking up that scouting worker if possible like that. Fantastic. Very good. There's a big cheer from the crowd for killing that one worker. Yeah.
So we have a Stalker being chrono boosted and then straight into the warp gate also. Still has a lot of gas.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very, very unorthodox position to be in as Protoss. Ordinarily, you would have almost no gas right when your Cybernetics core finishes, as you would be getting that Stalker and the warp gate immediately. But again, when you get your gas after Pylon, you just have a little bit more freedom. There's the factory now coming up. Can do a little bit of a fast float, and it looks like getting this fast starport as well.
A robotics facility has been put down for Inca. Here, the sentry is out too, so there's going to be no information. Oh, actually, he's using the factory to land it here. I thought he was going to use it to scout, but no, he is going to land it and be able to build a couple of Hellions, and Inca will have no idea about this.
Oh, no, this is such a classic blunder on this map. You have to watch your backdoor gas. Really, this is, well, you know, the shoots, right? It's hard to see. You should definitely
it's like cloud shoots gas.
You should definitely put something there to get vision, and it looks like we do see Top realizing how effective the Banshee Harass was in the last game. Going to go for that as well, and with that one Stalker at the front, we are going to see that Terran's going to be feeling very comfortable moving in. Will he end up attacking with the Hellion? Yes, he's going to dart in there right away, going to try to do as much damage as he can. Such an unusual build from Inca, and he just has so few units, and it looks like he was saving up for a hidden Twilight Council.
He might actually be going for the DTs, as you said, but this Hellion, is getting a little bit caught there. Is going to go down. I thought he might have wanted to wait for a couple more Hellions before doing that, but I guess what he really wanted to do was just scout with it and try to do a little damage on the side, but this factory is going to be spotted now and try to take down. Are we going to see the shrine, though?
Looks like there's a command center going down. Banshee coming up as well. The Tech Lab barracks will be able to research Stim, the factory in the main. Still trying to get just one more Hellion out. No, it gets canceled at the last second. There's the warp gate upgrade going on. Now we do see that Twilight Council is finished. He does have enough resources to get a Dark Shrine.
There it is.
And for example, there's a Dark Shrine right there. He might even invest in getting some sort of fast warp prism to slam a whole bunch of units into the main of his Terran opponent.
Yeah, I'm gonna, well, that would actually be the best idea to do, but this factory, once again, still here. The Observer, does it see it? No, it doesn't. The Observer going back into the Terran base, and once again, a Hellion is being produced to try and do a lot of damage to the mineral line again. I think last time managed to get 2 probe kills, and again, it might be able to do that once more.
Looks like the concussive shell is going down, and with this Raven coming up, that is going to help so much against that DT tech because the Dark Shrine takes so long to build. Look at this, only at halfway done. The Nexus, meanwhile, has also been thrown down. Another Hellion getting the chance to do the roundabout of this Protoss base, but if you're oGsTOP, you're getting very suspicious as to where are all the buildings and why is this expansion so late?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, I mean, he's moving around and be like, okay, now you've only put the Nexus down, but you must have had more resources than that, and he is going to scout around. He thinks and knows that something is up. Will he be able to go down this ramp, though, and see it? That's going to be the interesting fact, or will he go back into the base afterwards?
And uh-oh, looks like a Warp Prism is definitely coming out right now for Inca. Going to do some very creative play. Don't see this out of a lot of Protosses, but still can be very effective. There's the factory taking a lot of damage as it is still landed, and it looks like those Marines did get the chance to maybe pick off an Observer. Yes, we can even see the eyeball of the Observer rolling around on the ground right there. There's more units getting morphed in. The command center is upgrading to an orbital command, and here comes the Warp Prism harass in the main.
2 DTs at the front, running down to the front, and the Warp Prism is going to be in the back, though. The Raven is going to help out a lot versus this, and in come the 2 DTs to the natural, are going to go straight into the main, and the Warp Prism has been put down for a 3rd one. But there is a Raven that sees all of this, and Marines are going down so fast.
One-shot kill for each one of those Dark Templar, but with the Banshee Raven composition, it's helping out quite a bit. Looks like 2 DTs have fallen thus far. 1 more DT in the main, the Warp Prism continuing to try to be aggressive, but again, retreating. One of the great aspects of a Warp Prism.
I actually feel that oGsTOP kind of suspected something like this was coming. That's why the reason he got the Raven, and it just completely nullified it. The DTs did not do any damage at all. They killed a couple of Marines, but it's so expensive to get them. It takes so long. You spend so much gas, and it just completely didn't work. And once again, the DT has been dropped in. Going to try and do some more damage to the economy line. Might be able to make its worth now. 1 SCV, 2 SCVs, 3, and no reaction from oGsTOP at all.
Yeah, looks like he's trying to send that Banshee back, but already has 7 kills. Doing a lot of good, and then loading back up again. Very nice harassment there by Inca in the meantime. It looks like Inca is trying to get his, or excuse me, Top is trying to get his economy back. Whoa, having a few too many guys idle for a moment, and it looks like he is getting the Robo Bay, more gateways. Is he getting anything of this Twilight statue, or excuse me, Twilight Council? Looks like nothing quite yet, just favoring the fast Colossus.
Ooh, and the Viking is going to take out the Warp Prism. And yeah, the fast Colossus is going to come off. His economy is actually looking pretty good. 33 SCVs to 42 probes now. And Inca might be pulling ahead in this game. Look at the food count, 72 to 81. Actually, Top is in the lead, and he is going to be, well, he looked like he might have been trying to push out there. He is going to move down now. And this actually could be really nice timing, especially because the robotics bay is only now just finished.
Looks like there's a Dark Templar trying to dart in now, and it looks like it might get taken out. Yes, it does with the concussive shell, but Top is coming out with some very powerful timing right now. He's going to have to rely almost solely on those Immortals. A well-placed point defense drone could be very useful against that Stalker fire as well. 2 more of those assimilators are down right now, but not mining anything from it yet. Just trying to focus on staying alive in this battle. No Colossi are out at this point. This could be a very potent push.
And here he comes in with the push. Marauders, Marines, point defense drone is down. The Banshee's doing so much DPS, actually. And oGsInCa in a lot of trouble. He needs to focus fire onto this Banshee to get rid of it with the sentries. He is doing that now. The Banshee finally goes down. It looks like he might be able to hold this off. The 1 Immortal is going to go down, and it looks like he is going to hold this.
Uh-oh, looks like both the Immortals have been taken out. Zealots are popping out right now, but he'll be able to kite those relatively easily with the Marauders. There's the stim and go, picking off these Zealots. There's really no Immortals left at all, and oh, barely escaping with that 1 Stalker. More Zealots taking a lot of damage. Very nice control here by Top, keeping the pressure on Inca. Inca trying as desperately as he can to get the Colossus and the range out, but this small group of Marines and Marauders are really putting the heat on Protoss.
Yeah, even though it was really tight, I think that if oGsTOP had actually waypointed his units down, because he actually has quite a lot on his natural, he could have done a lot more damage and possibly taken the game, though it would have been extremely tight as the Colossus is about to come out, but he's still harassing with these little units. Going to take down a couple more before they do go down.
Very nice little play here. Transitioning from the attack into the Marauder harass, and in the meantime, we see a lot of Marines and Marauders getting produced in the main. Tons of add-ons on those barracks. We do see the Colossus is out, but the Medivac will get the chance to run away. And in the meantime, it looks like Inca is taking himself another expansion.
Yeah, and so is oGsTOP. He's actually floating towards the middle, taking the gold. Very bold move, knowing that he's slightly ahead after that attack, doing a lot of damage. The only thing I'm missing from oGsTOP really is upgrades. Oh, actually, he is getting the engineering base, so that's going to help out a lot, but upgrades would be so vital at this time.
Yeah, definitely love the way that oGsTOP is playing this game out. Wants to keep the pressure on, that's why he's getting those Vikings out early, still has a small force of units. And we do see that even though Inca's force is slowly getting bigger and bigger, it's mainly Colossi that he has in that army. So if the Vikings and the Marines and Marauders pick that off, it's devastating to his force.
And we look at the production tab, 2 more Vikings are being made with the +1 weapons attack, but the gold has been taken now. I don't think Inca knows about it. If we look in the view, no, he has no idea. Oh, actually, he is going to move up there. And well, he doesn't see it, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to expect it. That's the reason why all them units are there. And charge is being upgraded as well for Inca.
Very, very nice to transition into that Zealot with leg speed. That charge upgrade is such an effective tool for boosting those gateway armies, and it looks like we are going to see Protoss try to make a little bit of a push, but does he see the Vikings out? It looks like no, there's 5 Vikings out on the map, more en route. There's the scan, trying to use the range to pick off these SCVs, but it's going to make himself vulnerable to the Colossus.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to be able to do a lot of damage to all the Colossus, and he decides to pull back. He has got the 3rd base up and running, though, and we are seeing quite a drawn-out game. Both players expanding away from each other, making it a lot easier to expand. But I think, look at the food count, 145 for Top versus 134, and a little bit of a supply plot for Inca. Top is looking pretty good in this, I think.
Yeah, definitely. It does look like we are going to see Inca try to advance forward in this narrow alley. It's definitely a little bit better for the Protoss. He's going to love the use of those Colossus, but oh no, the first volley manages to bring that Colossus down the red line, loses the Colossus without doing any damage. The second set of Viking fire does take out the other Colossus, and Top, wow, after dealing with that Dark Templar harass, looks like he is on the verge of ending this game.
I mean, he can just walk up now, land his Vikings, and just kill off Inca. Inca has just a handful of units left, and it's not looking good for our Protoss player. On the verge of going out, and the Stim once again comes in. He's not even going to micro his units. He's just going to stand there, take the pain, and is going to deliver the ending result to Inca.
Oh, and there's more Speed Zealots trying to pop out, but there's the Stim picking off that Immortal almost immediately, eliminating all the remaining gateway units. Inca has virtually nothing remaining. His opponent is doubling him in the food count. Amazing pull through by Top.
And Top stims once again. These Marauders are drug heavy. They are stimming so much, and they are going to take down this Nexus as well. And it's looking pretty bad for Inca. Even though he is trying to get a 4th up, he can just lose. Well, he is going to lose all his production facilities. Trying to research Storm, but it's too late for that. And Inca's in a world of trouble.
And there's a very, very nice bit of control there by those Marauders. Inca trying to bring all of his probes, because look at the health of all of these Marauders. And wow, some of them only have 5 hit points. The probes are actually ripping through these Marauders. I mean, doing as much damage as he can, but oh my goodness, look back in the main. Top has been macroing so many Medivacs and Vikings swarming in. It looks like Inca's trying to do anything that he can to stay in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's picking up his units, going to lift them and just put them with the rest of his army and then continue the assault. He has a lot of high tempo, though. If we look down on the old 3rd base, he has 6 high tempo there. Storm is finished as well, so he will be able to storm these units, but I don't know if he can pull this back. It's going to be pretty close to 9.
4 Zealots popping out for oGsInCa. We also see Ghosts getting produced by Top. Now, Top is trying to stay really focused in this game. He will be taking more expansions. Still only has these 6 barracks. It looks like he thinks victory is in sight. He's starting to ease up. Very easy way to end up falling behind in a game. With this many Marauders, I think it's going to be very, very hard.
Yeah, he's losing his entire base now. There are a couple of Marauders playing around with these Zealots, not letting them touch them at all. And Storm is going to do a lot of damage, but these Marauders actually survive. And the probes are going to come out and surround this Marauder and take it down.
And it looks like trying to rebuild as many gateways as he can. Archons are out right now. They do absorb a lot of fire, and there's DT popping in, trying to wail away at all these Marauders as best that he can. But I mean, Top is just battling Inca's resilience with more and more macro. Here come in all the Marauders, and I think Inca is just not willing to give up yet. He traveled so far, thought he was going to do so well, but is getting eliminated by his teammate. There's oGsTOP, our first quarterfinalist. He's the first person to advance from this round of 16 set of matches.
only dropping a game versus Inca throughout the entire tournament, and will be going on to play the winner of White Raw versus Adele Scott. And that will be an interesting game.
Yeah,
favorite probably, I'd expect White Raw to take that game down, but then again, it's still going to be pretty close between those players. TVP for that next map, but we are going into another round of 16 game day 9. Who is it going to be?
It's going to be Nama against Dark Force. Now, Nama was one of the invited players to perform quite well in his group. That was one of the three-way ties where we had Bishu, Sake, and Nama all 2-1 in that group. Nama did end up coming out on top. And as a result, he'll be against Dark Force, who was a BYOC player, actually qualified for this round of 16 just about 2 hours ago when we were casting.
Yeah, definitely, and he's